So I'm on a little mission right now to go do a little solo mountain in the Central Oregon area. It's about an hour and a half south of Bend. It's Mount Thielsen, for any of those who may know what it is, but it's the lightning rod of the Cascades. I tried to do this mountain last spring with some friends, and it wasn't the best condition just because some of us had to work later, like at 4, so we couldn't really let it soften up. But today I have the whole Easter Sunday completely free, so I'm gonna try to make the most of it. Hopefully get some soft corn turns, or you know, just enjoy the views. Either way, here's another little mission. Also, this is kind of an impulse video. I just decided to document it literally like 5 minutes ago, so this whole thing's being shot on a GoPro, so sorry for any imperfections, but quite a good amount of people in the parking lot. Some people camping overnight. The snow is definitely firm right now. And the last time I did this, had to like walk probably 2 miles in before we got on snow. So I'm stoked to be able to ski in, kind of ski out. The beautiful thing about living in Oregon is the long ski season. The resort is still open, but it's gonna be a really nice day. Thought, what better day if I'm gonna do a solo tour. Definitely taken a little bit more of a unconventional approach. Last time I used the summer's hiking trail to kind of gain access to that ridge, but this time it looks like I'm just cruising along, bushwhacking it, finding a way. Snow, it's definitely getting softer. Everyone has their tracks kind of going to where I came from. Diamond Lake is still frozen. Yeah, now looks like we got some eyes on the big volcano right there. The line that I'd like to do, it's already getting some sun, so hopefully it doesn't get too warm. Wet slide problem becomes a problem. If that happens, could just hang up the top, close to the top, and ski the west facing side. The sun comes over. I have a pretty bad streak going with the Cascade volcanoes. Always kind of survival skiing down them brick conditions, so fingers crossed this one's smooth. Well, I'm not really sure how that worked terrain wise, but I actually ended up right where I wanted to be. Getting the access as high as I can, up kind of next to where all those cornices are. There's definitely still a considerable amount of snow in this area. The summer trail hiking sign is pretty buried still. So I'm taking a quick breather right here. This whole section's like super wind lippy. You can see I boot packed just because it was a little too hard on skins. Hopefully it levels out, I think, a little bit up there, and then I should be able to hop back on the skins. But I'm gonna grab some food and water, some beef jerky. Wind's starting to pick up. Snow though looks pretty good, like corn. Not too hard, but some movement. Some other people up behind me still on skins. I'm boot packing just because it's pretty steep and a little firm. Everyone's kind of crawling up on skins, so it sucks to have a little bit of weight on your back, but if you can get up, keep moving kind of quick, it's nice. But thank God somebody before me made the same decision and set in a boot pack. Hopefully the top, that would be sick. But the snow is pretty good. Slush ball. Wind is definitely ripping on this north ridge. Hit a rock pile. Yeah, she's gusting, but kind of close to the top. The conditions got a little firm. So I'll see how far I make it. Slowly but surely getting up above some exposure right now. My plan's to get to those rocks and hopefully just start scrambling on them, because I don't know how much more kicking I can do. I did a transition, just put my board into solid mode, and gonna scramble up and around these rocks and hopefully get on this line in a few minutes. So line part isn't too practical. It's kind of funny because I watched 3 guys literally skin all the way up. Definitely not as good as that, but I'm actually really enjoying this scramble. It's kind of putting me in the mood for summer, kind of peak bagging. Good little way to get a multi-sport day in, I guess. But yeah, it's sick up here. Just gonna keep climbing up this little chimney where that snow is and peek around this ridge, and hopefully I'll be on the top of it and put my board on and get a rip out. If you're climbing up here, this rock, this whole slab is kind of moving. It's real shaly, very loose, but it's doable if you're careful. Just kind of don't always trust your holds and look for at least the gravel ground and not try to hold on to the shaly, weird little slab things. So no wind up here, absolutely burning up. Summit is right there. So I'm just gonna throw my board on and get to it from here before it gets too warm. But some people hiking down, so I'll give them a few minutes and then I'll descend. That was so insanely sick. Best ski conditions I've had, I think, on a Cascade line. But pretty much top to bottom all the way through there. I tried to go through that like little wavy section. It was a little firmer, didn't soften up quite as much as the looker's right, rider's left side. But this whole like ending section was killer. Those squiggles were so fun. But yeah, now I gotta figure out how to get out of here the most efficient way. So I'm gonna follow everyone else's tracks, I think. So far I made it kind of far through the forest, trying to get out of here without having to transition. It's pretty flat, but trying to make the pump sections work. I feel like I've gone kind of far, but I was so close to making it to the car. I think I'm about like less than half a mile, but it just got way too flat, so they're on the split setup, but I don't have skins on it, so a little slippery. I just didn't want to do all that. Hopefully there's a little bit more downhill on the way out and I can kind of just skate my way out of here. Oh, well, it turns out I didn't end up where I started somehow. I think I'm not too far from the trailhead. Had to switch my board back to a just normal board, snowboarding, because I was getting absolutely worked. And those trees are so tight. It's almost impossible to be confident moving around there without heel lock. But now I'm just gonna walk the road, which is kind of nice. Stoked to be off the snow. Kind of hard to see the screen, but the stats are saying that I did 7.8, so almost 8 miles, then 5 minutes and 41 seconds. I'll put up a graph or whatever, a screenshot when I pull the actual analytics off my phone. But yeah, that was a solid little tour. Definitely a little whooped right now. That end section in the trees took it all out of me, but the walk back to the car actually out of the trees wasn't too bad. So now I'm wondering if it's even like worth it when you can ski or just tour on snow to go all the way around to the ridge and then up the ridge, or if it's just better to go straight through, because I saw like maybe 2 or 3 parties come just straight up almost through like the drainage area, and then they made some pretty good time. I did pass though 2 people. I didn't pass them and see them, but when I was coming down on my descent I saw them kind of underneath one of the spires, and they started like 20 minutes before me, so it's kind of interesting that maybe they were just at a slower pace. But either way, yeah, solid tour out there. If you watched this through, thank you, and I guess tune in for whatever other adventures I get into. See ya.